Hello, everyone. Today I will be recapping a movie called Hidden Strike. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. In the beginning of the movie, we are shown in the desert city of Baghdad, where a team of army agents led by Lu Feng has arrived on a mission. Lu meets the leader of the oil factory who used to work there and control the factory. The people at the oil factory are in great trouble as they are being attacked every day, which is why Lu's team has come to save them. The factory leader informs Lu that they need to save 400 people and escape to the green zone. Meanwhile, in a village, we are introduced to a man named Chris, who is visited by his brother. The brother offers Chris a mission that can earn them a lot of money, kidnapping some people on a bus. Chris, being a person who has never done anything wrong, refuses the offer. In the same village, there is a man named Owen who extracts water from the ground as there is a water shortage. Chris, who cares deeply for his villagers, asks Owen for assistance. Owen tries to extract water from a well but fails. He suggests that with some money, they can easily extract water. Chris agrees to bring the money. In the factory, Lu and his team are planning to save the factory's workers and take them through the dangerous highway of death, which is a shortcut to the green zone. The factory leader locks the system and saves it in a pen drive, which she keeps in her bag. She entrusts the bag to one of her assistants, who happens to be Lu's daughter. She has a strained relationship with her father due to his absence when her mother passed away. The people from the factory board a bus and head towards the green zone. They reach the highway of death, which frightens Lu's daughter since no one has survived there before. Lu instructs his team to keep an eye on all sides and continues driving. However, they encounter two cars blocking their path. Lu's daughter suggests stopping the bus, but Lu insists on pushing through, aware of the reason behind the car's presence. Just as they approach the cars, a loud explosion occurs, terrifying everyone on the bus. Undeterred, Lu continues driving. The buses are made of special material, rendering them impervious to bullets and bombs. Lu assures his daughter that they must navigate through the cars at any cost. Further ahead, Lu spots a massive sandstorm approaching, but remains undaunted and presses forward with the bus. Meanwhile, Chris and his team take advantage of the sandstorm and hijack one of the buses, driven by their need for money. As they proceed into the storm, all the buses eventually come to a stop. Lu discovers that one of the buses, along with the leader of the oil factory, is missing. His team member informs him that she saw the missing bus heading in a different direction. Lu calls for a helicopter to expedite the search for the bus, and his daughter insists on accompanying him. While searching from the helicopter, Lu spots a truck and realizes that the sandstorm was a ruse created by the enemies using the truck. Their intention was to hijack the bus. Eventually, Lu sees his bus and establishes contact. His team member informs him that the Americans have kidnapped 5 people from the bus, including the leader of the oil factory. After contacting his team, Lu instructs the remaining buses to continue towards the green zone. Meanwhile, as Chris and his teammates drive forward, Lu targets them with a bomb from his helicopter. In response, Chris retrieves a gun from his car and starts firing at the helicopter, forcing it to move away. The helicopter catches fire due to the attack. Chris brings his brother to a ruined area and questions him about the mission, demanding the truth about the dangerous situation they are in with helicopters dropping bombs on them. Owen, Chris's friend, appears at the scene and reveals that the entire mission and plan were his. He had also kidnapped the leader of the oil factory. Owen's objective was to gain control over the oil company's systems and profit from it. The leader of the oil factory had realized that Owen was behind the attacks on their factory. Hence, when they changed their location and headed towards the green zone, Owen kidnapped them on the way. Chris confronts Owen, expressing his disbelief at the magnitude of the plan. He states that he no longer supports Owen's scheme and demands his payment to leave the situation. Owen insists that there is still some unfinished work and promises Chris his money afterward. Chris's brother also mentions that there is more to be done. However, Chris remains firm and demands his money within the next 2 hours. After asserting his stance, he leaves the scene. Following Chris's departure, his brother tells Owen that they will have to proceed without Chris. However, Owen betrays Chris's brother and kills him, instructing his accomplices to leave. Chris returns to his village, furious with his brother for not revealing the truth to him. To calm himself down, he goes out to play with the children. Lou arrives in the village, stating that he has come to save his people and knows that Chris has kidnapped them. Chris responds that he is also trying to save his villagers and explains that he was motivated by the need for money to provide water for them. All of this was part of Owen's plan to gain Chris's support, but Owen had betrayed him. After their exchange, Lou departs from the village. Later, Chris discovers his brother's lifeless body in an abandoned factory. Lou also arrives there, leading to an intense fight between the two of them. Chris believes that Lou is responsible for his brother's death. However, when something threatens to fall on Chris's brother, Lou saves him, revealing that he did not kill Chris's brother and that Owen was involved. Gunfire starts raining down on them as Owen had sent his henchmen to eliminate them. The two engage in a fierce battle, managing to fend off the bullets. Chris detonates a bomb, causing a massive explosion and forcing the goons to flee. Unfortunately, Chris's car is destroyed in the process. Realizing that Owen is their common enemy, Chris and Lou understand that they must capture him. Chris declares that he knows where Owen will be at that moment. Meanwhile, Owen has taken the leader of the oil factory and some of her people to a factory location. He attempts to access the system but encounters a code. When Owen demands the code from the factory leader, she refuses to divulge it. In response, Owen kills two of her people, leaving the factory leader frightened by the ruthless act. Now, Owen threatens to kill her son. Fearing for her son's safety, she reveals that the code is stored on a pen drive which she had kept in her bag. However, she doesn't know where the bag is, except that she had given it to her assistant. The factory leader's son suggests calling his mother's phone, which might provide information about the bag's location. As it turns out, the bag is with Lou's daughter, who was in Chris's village at the time. In the village, Lou receives news that the rest of the people have reached the green zone. Lou's daughter inquires how he can trust Chris. Lou explains that Chris is a good man who thinks about the well-being of people, so they can trust him. Meanwhile, Chris finds Lou's diary, which he had picked up and brought to him. Chris notices a picture of a girl and assumes Lou likes her, but Lou clarifies that she is his daughter. Chris apologizes for the misunderstanding, and Lou reveals that he joined the mission to save his daughter, who works at the oil factory. Chris reassures Lou that everything will be fine, and they will fight together to save everyone. Suddenly, they hear the voices of some goons and engage in a fight with them. They discover that Owen sent the goons who have come to retrieve the bag from Lou's daughter. The goons, armed with weapons, have captured the villagers and demand the bag containing the pen drive with the system code lock. Chris hands over the bag to them, and once they take it, they leave. Lou and his daughter are furious with Chris for his decision. Chris explains that he couldn't risk the lives of the entire village. In the morning, Chris asks Lou's daughter about the contents of the bag she was reluctant to give. She reveals that it contained a pen drive capable of hacking all the systems in the oil factory. With this, they could transfer or smuggle the city's oil to any country, making it the biggest oil theft to date. Meanwhile, on a German ship, the captain converses with Owen over the phone. Chris and Lou have already left the village, but Lou's daughter feels that they won't be able to stop everything alone. She takes a car and follows them. The goons reach Owen with the bag, and he instructs the factory leader to open the lock on the pen drive. Once the pen drive is inserted into the system, all the systems activate. Owen orders them to fill the German ship with oil, which would take 24 hours. Later, Chris and Lou arrive at Owen's factory in their truck, engaging in a fierce battle with his goons. Lou skillfully eliminates Owen's men by climbing a pipe. Owen observes this from a hidden spot and instructs his men to leave quickly since his work is done. The oil has been loaded onto the German ship. Chris enters the factory, fighting and defeating the remaining goons. His attention is drawn to Owen, who is attempting to escape. Chris pursues him, and along the way, he encounters Lou's daughter, who has reached them in a car. Together, they continue to chase Owen. Meanwhile, Lou confronts Owen's goons in the factory, taking them down one by one. The leader of the oil factory arrives and laments the disastrous situation, realizing that the oil was stolen. They must prevent such a massive loss. On their way, Chris follows Owen, making a daring jump with his car. Lou's daughter attempts the same maneuver but ends up in an accident. Chris becomes angry with her for damaging the car. Soon after, Lou arrives with his truck, and they both continue the pursuit together. Chris informs Lou of a shortcut to reach Owen, and they equip the truck with a rocket launcher. Interestingly, this was the same truck that was used to create a fake storm to hijack the bus. Chris finally catches up to Owen, accelerating his truck and crashing into Owen's vehicle, causing powerful explosions. Owen's car is sent flying, and he sustains serious injuries. Upon seeing Chris, Owen quickly escapes in his car. Lou calls Chris back to the truck, and now Chris is hanging onto the truck as they approach Owen's car at high speed. The truck's momentum allows them to control Owen's car. They attach a rope to Owen's car and lower the truck into a trench, with Chris still hanging onto the rope. Owen mocks them, but due to the weight on the car, it also falls into the trench, resulting in Owen's demise. Lou and his daughter safely fall onto a stone, while Owen's car plunges into the trench. Initially believing Chris to be dead, Lou's daughter spots a diary, which contains a picture of her and her mom. Lou expresses his deep love for them and his regret for the separation. Touched by his words, Lou's daughter embraces him. Suddenly, Chris grabs onto Lou's leg from below, revealing that he is still alive. Together, they pull him up, and all three of them are saved. However, they now face the challenge of finding a way out of their current location. Lou suggests creating a lot of noise to attract help. Sometime later, it is revealed that they had also captured the German ship that Owen had used to sell the stolen oil. Water begins flowing into Chris's village, a result of Chris and Lou's joint efforts. The villagers are overjoyed. Lou's team approaches him, inquiring about the next mission. Chris promises to support Lou in every mission. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I always love hearing from my viewers, so feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts on the video or any suggestions for future content. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.